I'm calling you out here. Every time you make a TikTok video, it's all like, my life's so much better. Well, you know what? Fucking my life was better last night.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Agenda podcast, the podcast all about joy. I'm Hannah Campbell.
And I am Jill Lafferty, and we are joined here at Monkey Barrel Studios by our fabulous guest, comic Grace Mulvey. Yay!
Thank you so much for being here, Grace.
We're getting such good guests because of the Glasgow Comedy Festival.
We are.
I know.
Thank you, Glasgow Comedy Festival.
Thank you.
Sorry, Glasgow International Comedy Festival.
I always forget that as well. I'm like, international. Okay.
I know. To
Look at you guys.
It's to
Yeah.
justify that week that they have in New York for Tartan Week, where they're like, we're bringing American over. Like, let's get, it's international.
I actually have to say, like, nothing scares me more than the Glasgow International Comedy Festival.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because Scottish people are funny. Do you know what I mean? Like, I always think it's like Scottish people and Northern Irish. You gotta bring the good
You
stuff.
gotta bring it.
Yeah,
You gotta bring it.
yeah. Because the people here are funnier. This is true. Yeah.
Have you done your show yet? Are you doing your show?
I'm doing my show tomorrow.
Nice.
It's my fourth work in progress of this new show. And by the way, it's all about death.
Great.
Again, it's just a hard sell at the beginning. I'm finding with the English, they just can't handle it.
Oh,
It's
they
like they're
can't handle
hearing
it.
for the first time they're going to die. And I'm like, oh, sorry, did you
You're
not
like,
know?
oh, sorry, England, your privilege only gets you so far.
Yeah, yeah. I keep joking that it's like their history where they just don't want to deal with it.
Unless we're doing the killing.
I know.
Yeah. But like, because I just think, I don't know, the whole show anyway, it's a really funny show and I keep like pushing that, but I'm like, it's just about how I think if we all accepted we're going to die, we'd be much better at living.
Yes.
Like we'd be less
100%.
obsessed with gender neutral toilets and all that stupid
100%.
shit.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
wouldn't sweat small stuff.
Oh
You
my
would
God.
just-
Yeah.
Well, you
Just-
see all those things when, they're always like those AI generated, like, a woman on her deathbed once said.
Oh. And there's me 3 a.m. this close with the phone this close to my face being like, yeah, what did she say? Yeah.
But it is all that, like, when you're with somebody who is passing over, and I've been with people who have died. Nobody is sitting there going, "Oh, God damn it! Wish I'd spent more time anxious and like."
Yeah.
Yeah, but also just because, like, I mean, listen, this is going a bit into my past, but like by the time I was say about, I think when I was like 24, I had been to about 20 funerals, and I hadn't been to a wedding. And I remember the first time going to a wedding, underwhelmed. I was like, what's no, like everyone, because you know what, like funerals, everything's real straight away. People are giving you advice that you've never heard of in your life. People be going up to you like, have affairs, and you're like, what? Okay. They're like, do it, live your life, do drugs. You're like, what are you talking about?
You don't get told that at weddings.
Yeah. I mean,
I
have affairs, live your life.
Yeah.
Well, depending on what way.
do you know what? I did get this once at a wedding. This was like my favourite memory. This older woman came up to me, hammered, fair play to her, and she goes, listen to me. Men are bastards. She's like, all of them. They're all bastards. It was her son's wedding.
That is.
I was like, all of them. All of them. And I was like, fair play to you. Tell me more. You know what I mean?
I like
She's
that.
not having a good time. She's
Oh,
just going around mother of the groom in it like, he's a cunt.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's like, I'm going through the menopause. It wasn't fucking worth it.
I do feel like, as somebody who is like in the perimenopause, it's a great life leveler. There's so many things that you go, I don't give a shit about that anymore.
That's great.
It's amazing.
What is perimenopause now?
Like, what is it? Or
Do
like,
you know what?
I know it's a buzzword, eh?
It's a buzzword, but yeah, for sure it's a buzzword. And also then I feel like if it's a buzzword, then no one asks what it is. Sort of thing. It's like you're meant to know. But I had a Catholic education growing up. So sure, I didn't know this existed. I'm pointing at my own vagina. Didn't even know she was there. I don't know what perimenopause is.
Pointing at the growler.
Yeah.
So for me, like about a year ago, I was like, Jesus, it's hot in here.
Right.
And nobody else was hot. I was sitting about going, you know, hot. And then I think I've said this in the pod before, I thought I was getting the Alzheimer's. Like, I literally thought I was like getting early onset dementia, and I thought I was losing my mind, and I was convinced that my husband was gaslighting me at every opportunity. And he's a nice person, so I was like, why is he suddenly gaslighting me all the time?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not. You definitely didn't tell me this, or you definitely didn't. And I honestly thought I was losing my mind. And then somebody said to me, another friend the same age as me, went, have you maybe thought about this?
Really?
And I was like, oh. And then I went to the doctors and I got a blood test, and they went, oh yes.
So it's sort of like you're pre-pubescent. You're like tween of the menopause.
Yes, it's
Is what
like
I'm
you're
getting.
still having periods.
Yeah.
But you are having like other issues going on. Like,
It's like you
so-
have the worst of both worlds.
No,
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah,
Still have
yeah.
the periods, but then all the joys of the menopausal symptoms.
Oh yeah, but now I'm on the patches and the pills, so I'm
And the-
loving life.
Yeah, and the patches
Right.
are good.
Patches are good. Other than I've now got sticky wee black hairy bits all around my bum because it's like you have to change the patches, and my brain's not working. Sometimes I've got 3 patches on. Jesus, sometimes I forget. I put one on top of the other. I'm like, oh. Well.
Do you ever
I was
think-
in the shower the other day and I started washing my hair, and I'm like, what's that? It was a patch. I was like, where the fuck's that come from? And I felt my ass, and I was like, no, I do have one on my ass. Where's this been? Where has this been? I felt like a magician or a wizard. I was like, oh.
It's like when you find like a
And I thought
hair on
maybe
your
I'm-
nipple and you're like,
Yeah.
what?
Maybe
How long have you been there for? Yeah, I could plot
So
you.
maybe I'm just replenishing them now. I'm starting to make them myself.
You're doubling up for that extra
So-
boost.
And yeah, it's great. So yeah, but I find that it makes me. I mean, I wasn't one for tolerating, Grace, a lot of bullshit anyway.
Right,
But
yeah.
if anything, my tolerance has gone
Gone down the drain.
lower.
Yeah.
I sometimes I'll just look at a male comedian and they'll shut up.
That's what we need though. We need more people that have that power over male
Sometimes I'll
comedians.
just walk in and go,
No.
a twitchy eye, you know, a little twitchy eye.
Oh my god.
It's all good. What else have you been doing? So you're here in Glasgow.
Yeah.
You know, you live down south. Are you living in London?
I live in London. I'm from obviously Ireland. Obviously, little potato face, and that's how I am. But yeah, I moved to London like 3 years ago. So living in London now, and I love it. I do love London. Like it's no one talks to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I openly weep in the streets and no one looks at me. It's great. We're having a great time. Yeah, but no, I'm up here for. I'm doing the stand this weekend in Edinburgh, and then doing the Glasgow because I'm doing Edinburgh again. I did my debut show last year. Nice. Coming back with this show, it's
And is this a new show this year?
yeah, and it's called "Did You Hear We're All Going to Die?"
Lovely. Great.
I'm really hoping Scottish people show up.
Oh, we will.
That is right.
I
Scottish
feel like I
peoples.
feel like Scott. See, this is what I'm thinking. I'm hoping the work in progress goes better than my last one. Like my last one, as I was saying before we were recording, emotional trauma for me myself. It was horrendous. I want to publicly apologize to every single person who was there. It was. Do you know what it was? As well, it was like first of all, it was at 6 p.m. on a Thursday, and a bunch of people from their office jobs came straight, and they're all together. There was like 20 people from the same office, so they were there with their boss. Do you know what I mean? Sitting there, coat
weird
still on,
vibe.
holding pints.
Yeah.
Like you're like nah. And I chatted to one guy at the front and didn't know he was with the office. And I don't know. I asked him like if he was single, and he's like, I'm gay. And I was like, that's not the question I asked, but okay. And then I was like, you top or bottom? And he's like, I'm beside my manager. I was like, great. This is gonna be a great show. But it was just like it was, and listen, it's just one of those shows, but it is hard like doing a new show. I don't know, like it's I feel like
You gotta work
feel
through
you.
the-
I feel
Yeah,
you. I
yeah.
had one on the 30th of January, and I've been doing stand up for over 20 years, and it was grounding. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because I came off stage and I said to the tech, Sean, who knows me very well, I said, well, that was an experience. I haven't died my whole like that, and
but do you
a
feel
decade.
did you feel like as well you think you're past it?
Oh yeah,
that could
100%.
Always,
100%.
it always sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
You always think, oh, I can't
Too
do
cocky.
this.
Too cocky.
But then do you know what as well, this show is scaring the life out of me, and I think that's a good thing because I'm challenging myself. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I'm like, okay, I'm talking about stuff that I don't usually talk about.
Oh.
and I think it can make it funny, but it terrifies me.
It's a lovely
Yes.
positive spin.
I'm like
You've really
doing-
I know. I'm really trying to save myself.
But
here.
I think it's a weird thing because I think as a comic you always have to be pushing yourself.
You do.
And so for the last like 7 or 8 years, the solo shows that I've done have been very autobiographical. They've been very much about, you know, journeys that I've been on. So like IVF, fertility, becoming a mum, all those sorts of things. And so I've done shows like that. And then this year I wanted to challenge myself, just do a funny show. Just write something.
Yeah.
Just write some stand up.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't really need to have a strong like. And I am finding that so hard. I'm like
Because you're probably so used now to
I'm
the other.
used to the sort of the kind of storyline.
Yeah.
So we're slowly getting there. I've done 4 work in progresses. My
Yeah.
5th will be at the Glasgow Comedy Festival next week. And I did one on Tuesday past and went, well, now I kind of feel that I'm feeling the edges of this.
Good.
I kind of feel like I know what it's going to be, but also it's nowhere near where it needs to be yet. But it's still March.
It's only we've got loads of time. We've got loads of time. Got loads of time, girls. So yeah, hopefully I'll do my whip tomorrow and just kind of you got to just feel it out of thing. But my show is like I'm debuting this year. My show is kind of like I did a work in progress last year, so it's kind of like the best of that one with sort of new stuff, and so it's not a completely brand new show. So I do know some bits that work, but it's not worse when you're like doing a new material. And you're like, right, this I'll just dip into a bit of old stuff just to get them back on, and that doesn't work. And you're like, well,
Babes.
I'll just go fuck myself, shall I?
Oh, there's nothing more humbling.
And you're just like, oh
when the A plus material ain't working, and you're like, well,
no.
this is it, I
and
suppose.
then you just blag it off
more
as like,
tears.
so that was new too. Oh, that new stuff, I'll change that around. You're like, oh my god, that's my club stuff.
Oh, the club stuff, and that's what's so nice about tonight because I'm doing the stand. I'm gonna get to go do my club stuff, and then I have to get up at 6 a.m. to go over my new stuff because it's at 12:30. Also, 12:30. Talking about death. Glasgow, you ready?
What venue you in?
Van Winkle.
Oh, the Van
Oh, that's
Winkle.
where I am.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. Is it nice?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, deadly.
Nice. It's
Yeah.
little. It's sort
Yeah.
of in the basement. It's a really nice little room.
Yeah.
Good space, good space.
Yeah. So
So we brought you here to ask you the question.
Yeah.
Grace, what brings you joy?
What brings me joy? Okay. Do you know what's so funny? This is going to be so unhinged because coffee brings me joy, right?
Yay.
I'm going to tell you, it's always the small stuff with me. It's like a crossword, the little New York Times games. Anyone who's listening knows, they know. I do that every day. But it's coffee. I absolutely adore coffee. I've adored it since my dad first gave it to me at 8, which is child abuse. But anyway. I got ill. Like I was like violently getting sick. And he was like, oh my God. But coffee brings me joy. However, today I was flying to Edinburgh, a little behind the scenes, and a bit rushed, had like 10 bags on me trying to get through Ryanair without them noticing, and went to Pret, got myself a little porridge and coffee. For some reason, thought I could balance everything. And as I was walking to my table, the porridge goes flying, and I tried to save the porridge by pouring the coffee on myself. And I scalded myself.
Oh, great.
Today.
Oh my
yes,
God.
I know.
Wow.
I know. This is a little exclusive. It is actually scalded.
oh my god.
Yeah, I cried in the bathroom.
Oh.
But you know what? I still drank the coffee.
What, you licked it off your tit. Like,
No, do you know what, right? What was so mad was that it was like, I think I got half it on me. It was really bad, right? And then I was like sitting there and you know, it's getting worse. And I was like, oh, I think this is actually a burn. Like, I think this is a proper burn. You know, when you start Googling, you're like, am I burning? Like, is this something? So then I ran to the pharmacy in the airport, was like trying to get some stuff, blah, blah. Then I'm in the bathroom taking photos. Oh, like I had to take my top off, take photos to send to my sister-in-law who's a nurse. Always have a sister-in-law who's a nurse. It's really handy. And she was off saving some kid or something, so she didn't get back to me. But
rude.
I still had the coffee with me the entire time. I was like sipping it as I was scalded. I'm like, I'm not letting this go. Because it's like $3.95 as well. Predator, not messing around. It's a cost of living crisis.
exactly. I'm
But
like,
yeah.
so are you all right? That's because coffee
It will
burns are
not,
really.
it won't scar.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, like it hurt like hell.
Wow.
But that's my joy. And it's,
That's a very, very Gilmore Girls.
I
Like,
know,
coffee,
yeah,
coffee,
yeah,
coffee,
yeah,
coffee.
yeah, yeah.
What is your coffee order? What's your go-to?
Oh, lads, I'm the most basic. Black Americano.
Oh, she's
like,
very
I'm not-
sophisticated.
She got scalded.
There's no milk at home.
I didn't
No
even have milk in the coffee today. I've had 2 coffees since. I was overheating. I was basically perimenopausal today, going around Edinburgh, and I still was like, I'll have another coffee. I mean, that'll be mental.
That'll help me.
Yeah.
How many you average in a day?
3 to 4, yeah.
Okay.
I try and keep it to 3 and 4, and then I I go decaf after 3 p.m. I know, that's how much I love coffee. Wow. Yeah, it's a real affliction. And it's weird because I don't think in this side of the world we're we like coffee, but like tea.
I don't drink coffee personally. There's a whole backstory to it, but I don't drink coffee. I drink tea.
Did coffee hurt you?
It
hurt me.
It did, yeah. Not as badly as you
yeah.
did. I'm sure I've told this on the date before. I'm sure I've told this story. I'm sure I've told this story in the pod before, but I'll quickly sum it up. In my very early 20s, I went on a date with an older man, and we met just on the day. I was actually doing a comedy competition in the evening, and I was doing a photo shoot in the afternoon. Oh. So the only time that I could meet him was like brunch time. But I'd wanted to go on this date for quite a long time. So I went to meet him, and he ordered a double espresso, and I'd never drank coffee. I think I was about 22 or something. And so I ordered a double espresso.
No.
Then he ordered another double espresso, so I ordered another double espresso. So I was 6 coffees deep, so like 3 double espressos. And I had a massive anxiety attack. So I thought I was going to die. I think I was tripping for 2 days. Like I was shaking.
I'm surprised you didn't shit yourself.
Breathe.
Like, no offense.
Like, I mean, that may have happened. It was a long time ago now. We're talking like 2 decades ago. But yeah, so I have never drank coffee since. Wow. And I love the smell of coffee. And my husband, who's not that same person, but my husband is a massive coffee drinker. My brother is a massive coffee drinker. My dad, everybody. We've got a fancy coffee machine in the house.
You do have a fancy coffee machine.
And I like smelling it.
Give it a sniff, but you're like, I'm not drinking it.
I'm not drinking it.
Oh, so you've really been scarred by the coffee.
But as a stand-up, right? Like, how do you keep functioning? Because, like, even I'd like to know about
she does a lot of meth.
Drugs.
Like, she's just surrounded. You can't even see her face for all the patches for the period. And I'm like, how do you stay awake? And she's like, oh yeah,
just patch myself. Yeah, I drink tea. I do drink tea. So there's caffeine in tea.
Yeah.
So
I'm a big. I like coffee.
I can have like 8 cups of tea a day.
That's quite a lot of tea.
I
do it, but I don't think the coffee's not very good in the UK. I would say so. I used to live in New Zealand for a long time. Coffee in Australia, New Zealand's very good. It's
they're mad for it.
They're
there
really
as well.
big on it, and they're all about like they're flat white. So that it's like, and it's quite cheap over there as well. And then I came here, and I'm like, I'm paying like £4 for fucking dog shit. What is this? Like. But I only probably have like 1 or 2 a day, I would say though. But I do, yeah. I probably didn't start drinking coffee till I was about 23, 24. And then once you start...
Oh, it's slippery. Yeah. No, honestly, it's been since I was like maybe 11 or 12.
Well.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Wow. I know, yeah.
It's good.
And also, I'm addicted to Pepsi Max.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I think will kill me. I know, that's what's going to kill me.
Yeah. The Pepsi Max.
Do you know when people are like, oh, smoking can give you cancer? I was like, I am guzzling a drink that is fizzy yet black, yet the sweetest thing I've ever tasted, but no sugar. Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. So you just pissing all the time.
I'm a real. What's that word? There was like that TikTok trend where it was like you're a beverage or drink goblin. Yeah. Like I'm one of those girls who has. Like, I am one of those girls who has like 4 or 5 drinks on the go. Like I have to. I get real panicky if I don't have something. Do you know what I mean?
Something in front of you.
Yeah.
And the only time I have a lot of beverages in front of me is when I'm really incredibly hungover and I can't figure out what's going to sort it.
Yes.
So I have like a cup of tea, a fresh orange, a water, like one of those ginger shots.
You just don't know what you want.
And I'm just like, you know, try to eat a dry bit of bread and not vomit all over myself.
You know what fixes me when I'm hungover? Chocolate milk.
What?
Chocolate milk.
No, I can't do milk.
It's got electrolytes in it, and it's science. Grace, don't laugh. It's science. It's got and I have a
you
chocolate
sound like
milk.
one of the people that drink a Barocca when they're hungover, and I'm like, that's doing fuck all.
No, not Barocca. Chocolate milk is.
Chocolate milk.
Try it, people, if you're very
Chocolate
hungover.
milk. Well, we do have chocolate milk in our house, but I don't like milk, so I'd have to hold my nose.
So you're not milking your tea?
No.
So black tea.
Black tea all the time, and it really fucks me off that because it doesn't matter how many times I'll say to somebody, like, you go to whatever, right, like, and they'll say, oh, do you like a cup of tea? And I'll go, yeah, black tea, and then always comes back with milk in it, and I'm like,
I just want to say this, right, and I think it's something that we need to address.
You know, this is a forum to do it.
As a society, don't presume someone's order when they're ordering tea. What I do, and honestly, you do this in Roscommon where my mum's from. You bring the milk with the tea, you put it down, let them decide. Because even if someone takes milk, you don't know how much they take. And I also don't take the tea bag out for them. I'll let them do that themselves.
Yeah.
Yep.
To how strong it is. And I think it's presumptuous. I'm just saying right now.
I'm 100% behind you.
I
like,
just think it's like tea is a big deal to people over here. And
Yeah.
yet when people come to your house, you just presume you know their order. Shocking.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I always like ask. Jojo Sutherland, she calls it baby tea, which is she basically drinks like the tea bags touch the water for half
No,
a
I
second,
can't.
and then
I
like
can't.
it's like more than half the cup is milk, and I'm like,
That's
why do you
just-
not just have a milk and have done
Yeah,
it? Why don't you
yeah.
just pour a glass of milk and dunk a tea bag in it? Like that's
Do you not like, I know we're all like, you don't judge, but I judge.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know when someone comes back with something like that and I'm like, you think you're an adult. Do you know what I mean?
And it's
25.
like the colour of dishwater.
Oh, it's shocking, like, yeah.
Have you
yeah.
seen this viral trend on TikTok where they're putting, if you need to make 20 cups of tea, why you would need to make 20 cups of tea for around your house?
A funeral.
Well, other than,
Don't know if you've ever been to a funeral, but
you haven't earned for that. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got.
yeah, we brought in a vat.
So what this TikTok trend is you fill your like sink up
No.
with the hot water. And put the 20 bags of cup and then pour the milk and the sugar and then just scoop it out.
No.
Did Americans do this? Was it
I think
American?
it's
It
American.
was
Like
American,
a like a fucking punch bowl.
Like
What
a punch bowl.
hell?
Punch bowl.
Like a fucking punch bowl with the ladle.
Oh, that's
Oh,
disgusting.
my God.
No, you got to make it the hard way. Like
Yeah.
teapot where it's time consuming.
A teapot.
I didn't even think that's an easy way.
Just use 2 or 3 teapots. Yeah. I've got a lot
No,
of teapots.
do you know what? You need
so-
to get one of those community centre, and this is what we got
Nice
from my
urn.
granddad's funeral now. You need to get a community centre sort of like hot thing, and then, you know, you do and we ran out of tea bags, got 500.
Wow.
We had to go. It was an emergency.
I do love an Irish funeral.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I genuinely, and listen, not a great, I'm not hoping to go to one soon. But when you go to it, like an old person's one, a cracker one now, you know, they've been around the block, there's very little sadness. You know, like in the sense, it's a big celebration. Oh, and it's a wake in the house. Good luck, you're having the time of your life.
Yeah,
Like,
it's great. I was at a wedding. Comedian Gareth Waugh got married on Wednesday, and me and another guest, an Irish guest actually, because my family are Irish, so
Right.
we were talking about how a wedding's a good laugh, but a funeral, do you know what I mean, Lucas?
I think I need to get myself to an Irish funeral.
I genuinely, like...
They're 3 days. You have to set aside a good
Yeah,
3 days.
okay. And I will say as well, because I'm wondering, right, I need to ask, and I'm trying to get this for the show. In Scotland, do you guys do the same thing as the English do, where if someone dies, you wait like 2 weeks before the...
No,
there's a
not
big
if,
gap.
like there is a big gap since like COVID, but because like that's
usually
the
there
time
wasn't.
frame. But there didn't used to be big gaps.
But yeah, there is now just because people can't get dates for.
It's
And also,
impossible
if
to
you're
get
an
there.
old
Yeah,
person
yeah.
and you're dying in winter, you're looking at a serious 3 to 4 week fucking wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a backlog in the old.
I mean, how can there be, sorry, a backlog, but
people.
that's mad.
See you die. If you really want to help your family out, old people, right?
Hold
Take
on to
the-
the spring.
You know who we're
Take
talking
to
to
the-
here, okay?
Take to the dying.
You're watching this on Facebook.
May, June, July, right? Easy.
Yeah.
You'll be in the ground within a week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're dying at Christmas time when they've got the backlog of all the flu deaths.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
thinking you're after Burns night if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're at Christmas.
No, do you know what? Like, okay, so in Ireland, we do it like 48 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Person
really quick.
dies, the wake is the day after that.
Wow.
Like you have like basically 48 hours. And then like not everyone does a wake in a house anymore. Like, you know, that's more traditional. But in our family, we've always done it. And for my granddad's one, because he was 93, right? I like to call him a deathbed tease. The man nearly died about 10 times. And he... if you come to the show, this is what you're going to get. But he... like his was like 3 days in the house, and it was real traditional where they stopped all the clocks the moment he died, because he died in the house, right? Covered all the mirrors so you couldn't look at yourself. And my auntie like made us put like our phones into like bowls, like it was some sort of weird sex party. But basically
What are these Irish funerals?
no, like then it got weird. No, but no, like because she was like, no technology, you're not allowed to turn on TV. Like
She went
nothing.
Amish.
It was proper old school.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 days, because there was so many people coming, and people come from Australia, so you need to give them time. But you have to stay up with the body.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. You stay up with the body. Not everyone does. You kind of volunteer. And you end up chatting.
Yeah, you don't leave. Yeah, you don't
Like,
leave
it's
the
sort of
body
weird.
alone.
Really, it's
Yeah.
always someone there, and it's just in the house,
in the house, and you're just chatting away. Yeah.
in the bed or in a coffin.
In a coffin. And you're
Right.
not getting into the bed with them, like.
It's a bed.
I know. Nothing. Just if he dies, just left him there.
No, they've been in baths and stuff.
No, I'm sorry. You think that we're just sitting
Protestants.
with a rotting corpse in the house, just sort of like.
You're telling me you're putting phones in a bowl and you're covering mirrors. I don't know what to expect.
No, okay, do you know what? This is good because now I'm understanding if people aren't getting my humour on stage because they might be like, so she's just standing around with a rotting body in the house. Sorry, didn't understand.
I don't come from a religious family in any way, so I
Right,
have no idea
right.
about any of like
yeah.
that sort of But
No.
okay, I've got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Jane sorted it.
They've been given a wee coat of
I don't
embalming
know
liquid.
what embalming is, if I'm honest. Like I haven't.
It's just like being freeze dried, isn't it?
Is
Yeah.
it?
Well, they go and take all your
They
insides
take the
out.
insides out and
Yeah, and
I
then
did not know that was what it was.
yeah.
Oh, very good.
That's what my dad used to do at Edinburgh University. He used to donate your body to medical science. My dad was the person that prepared the bodies and looked after them and stuff. Yeah. So it's
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing to do. That whole
Would you do it?
Yeah, I'd consider that.
No, you don't want some hungover medical student touching you up after you die. You know what they used to do? Dad just. Listen,
I want, like,
I wanna be-
let's be honest, okay? They're making jokes as well. Like,
yeah,
they're making jokes.
Listen, as a
we
comedian,
would.
I said, 100%.
You know what I mean?
and you can see there where she had her patch.
Yeah, look at her little
What I love is, oh
patchy
yeah,
ass.
nice tattoo. And I'll be like, oh. I'll be in wherever, being like, oh, okay.
She's like, she was a bit of a gore.
Yeah.
How'd you know? She's got Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. Malta 2017. And I'm like, shut up. It was a
But
great
do you
year.
know what? Apparently, a lot of what the students, the first years, do is that they have the body parts out and they're looking at them and stuff, and they've got their pens, and then so they'll sort of touch it with a pen, and then they'll not think, and they'll put the pen in their mouth.
Oh, no.
And apparently that, and they only do that once, and but they just don't. They're not used to it. They don't think about it. But
That is mad.
But I mean,
But also getting prodded with pens.
that's what I mean. You don't. I don't think you want to. I mean, it's a very noble thing, and that's how doctors.
listen, I think I'm still going to do it. But I just think I
For the
know.
banter.
I know exactly what. Like, it's not like I'm not going to be like, oh my god, they're all going to be standing around. They're going to do some sort of like, I don't know, appreciation ceremony. Yeah. Like, let's take a moment.
Also, you're
you know what I mean?
you're in bits. You're
Yeah,
not
you're not
you're
all
not as
together.
one.
Right,
So
okay.
it just be get the foot out today. I don't know. My dad's probably like, shut up. What are you talking about?
Not a
I
nice
think
foot.
that kind of brings us on nicely to
the
it
coffee.
does. The next
Coffee to
Table, like,
death.
yeah, and then your foot is just on the table.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
This is Jay's Joy Killers, where we ask you.
What kills your joy, Grace?
Oh my god. Okay, but like serious, what kills my joy?
This
yeah.
can be serious, it can be frivolous, it can be whatever.
Okay, what kills my joy? Oh my god, why haven't I'm a total blank here. Do you know? Okay, what kills my joy is when someone, when you're like, again, actually, do you know what? When you tell what you think is a funny story, and then someone's like, oh. Are you okay?
So our work in progress.
Yeah. And I'm like, that kills. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's the audience. You kill my joy. No, but like, you tell a story that you are like, this is gas, because do you know what? Trauma is hilarious, and then people are like, oh god, and you're okay now, and you're like, well, like, no, it was funny.
Yeah.
And they don't, and then you realize you've had very different experiences in life,
And they feel
that's-
sorry for you, and you're like, no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like sometimes when you gig in Europe, particularly if you gig in Germany,
Oh, her little Brexit side's coming out now.
Germany or for in Holland.
Oh yes,
And you say something, because the British sense of humour, because we're very
repressed.
we're very repressed, but we're also very self-effacing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, and but also we're very tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of time, your people, your Hollandish people,
Dutch. Do you know what? Do you wonder why
God,
people look badly on Britain? Do you know what I mean? Like your hollandaise sauce.
Hollandish is
or
a better
something.
name, honestly.
I don't know.
I have heard of Dutch. You can go Dutch.
Yeah.
But your Dutch people, like what I found when I've been gigging there is like you'll say something like off the cuff, just like a silly, like, oh, I hate my husband or something, and they'll be like, well, if you hate your husband, then you should leave.
Do you know what I think that is though, right?
I don't really hate him.
I think that's because they're too good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? I think the better a society, the less crack. Like, you know what I mean? They have like paternity pay over there or something.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they'll have all sorts of nice
Yeah,
stuff. They've
and
got
so
a good standard of living.
Yeah, so
there.
they're just like, but
and they're stoned.
Yeah, they're having a great
they're
time.
just tall and beautiful, like of course.
Tall, beautiful,
Yeah.
stoned.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
then
The Holland dish have got
Lots
it easy.
of nice,
the
like
holiday
chocolate
sauce
stuff
people,
like
I
that.
don't know what
Holiday
they're called.
sauce.
Yeah.
I'm never going to live that down. I'm going to say that was a perimenopause situation. Like my brain just went,
Oh yeah, everything gets blamed to the perimenopause.
it's great. It's fucking awesome. I'll blame everything on it. It's great. But yeah, I think sometimes they don't get that sort of self-deprecating humour.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they do that thing where they look at you like, oh no, but if this is how you're feeling.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. And there's nothing worse than you're like, no, I'm fine. I'm just, being funny. And it's just, but I think like on stage, obviously that's one thing. And I think I always think on stage, I'm like, either I'm not explaining myself correctly or I haven't laid out the joke right or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's more in conversation. When I'm with a friend, or like a new person and you might tell a story and they're like, oh God, and your mother's like that, is she? And you're like, no, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like, you're like, oh man, come
You're
on.
like, oh, you're not the vibe of. Or even it's like, if you show someone like a funny video or like,
no.
And like, I do this all the time. I'll like, because my husband's not on TikTok, so I'll be like, look at this TikTok. And I'll just watch it and be like, I'm like, oh, wait. And then he's like, is that it? And I'm like,
I hate it when people do that. The
And
worst.
it just kills you inside.
See if I'm showing you something, just laugh.
Just laugh.
Yeah, we can all like this. I've just done it there. Do it.
Yeah.
Just laugh. Do you know?
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate it when
Yeah.
like, although it does happen to me. So obviously, like in my girls group, that like the girls what I grew up with, and we've known each other for most of our lives, and now and again they will share. Like every day there's memes and there's everything shared off TikTok or whatever, and now and again they will share a comedian who I know and not a massive fan of, right?
Yeah.
And it not necessarily because of their humour, because of their person.
So actually much
Because of their internal values and being.
Just their soul. I hate them.
And then
I
they'll
hate their
share
soul.
it and they'll be like, lols, ha, smiley,
yeah.
laughing faces. And I'm just like,
Do you know what? It is funny when people put it like, if I'm in like a group, even from school, like the WhatsApp, and someone's like, oh, we're going to this gig, and they put in some of the comedian, and I'm like, that's nice.
yeah. Enjoy
I do
your
that.
homophobia.
Yeah. Good for you. Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, so judgy.
And we are so judgy, but it's great.
I love it. Love it.
yeah.
Anything killing your joy of recent?
Well, so one thing that did kill me, I really realised that now I had my birthday recently, I'm 32 now, and I cannot.
Congratulations.
Child.
I know, yeah.
I just absolutely cannot hack hangovers anymore. So I was in New York last week on a wee holiday, and I knew some friends in New York, and we went out and we got very, very drunk, because drinks are very expensive, but they're free pour in New York, so it's dangerous. And we were so hungover the next day, and we were walking about Central Park like little fucking trash goblins, just like trying to enjoy our holiday. It was so a pigeon ate some dog poo and nearly threw up. It was like awful. I'm trying to like, eat a bagel. I'm like, ugh, like couldn't even get a coffee down. It was very stressful.
Oh God.
But like you have plans booked, so you're like, so then we had tickets to go to MoMA, the Modern Art Museum. So we're like
a museum hungover.
So we were wandering, trying to enjoy this art, just like sweating out gin and tonics. Like that's a really nice Italian. That's a really nice mango. And I was like, I cannot do this anymore. My tolerance seems to be getting less and less for drinking.
Yeah.
The hangovers last like 2 days now.
I had a very bad hangover in New York with my brother. I took
Really?
my brother to New York for his 30th. So I'd have been like coming up 35 when I took him. And we got so drunk in Hell's Kitchen in a gay bar. It was fabulous. We met this New Zealand man who just kept buying us drinks, and we couldn't figure out which one of us he wanted to fuck. It was fabulous. Right?
Amazing.
It was fabulous. We were just having such a sibling fucking like, let's just keep drinking until this guy gets too creepy, and then we will move on. We got so drunk, and the next day we were going to the New York, the Yankees. Yeah,
Right.
my brain just went total blank there. The New York Yankees game, and we had to get on the underground. And we were going for breakfast first in this really fancy place we'd had to book like 3 months beforehand. And I couldn't, I thought I'll have pancakes.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's quite safe. Never have pancakes hungover. Like, it seemed to expand in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I was just like, And honestly, we had to get off the underground twice on the way to Yankee Stadium for me to throw up. And then we finally got there and it was really hot and sunny and we were sitting outside and my brother's like, how are you now? And I was like, whoa. And he went, no, something will fix you. And he went away and came back with one of those massive cups full of fizzy juice, you know, like the ones that you have to hold like that. And the biggest portion of fries I've ever seen in my life. And so it was like salt, sugar, and within 20 minutes, I was grand.
Sorted.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Do you know what? My worst hangover in recent history was, do you know what? I was just so, whatever, it was a random night out. Next morning, I just take a shower to try get through the hangover. And then had gotten so bad after the shower that I lay on my bed in the towel here and I just vomited on myself. And I was like, I'm fucking after wasting a shower. I had to go for a shower again. And you know when you're sort of lying, you're like,
And then
went everywhere.
And then you just probably laid there for another 10 minutes
I
and
couldn't
thought.
move.
And then
I was literally like, I was like, if someone came in, they would have thought I died. I was like, just vomit everywhere.
Yeah,
like,
the hangovers,
like how babies do it, you know?
Yeah.
Hangovers just,
It's just, yeah.
it's horrendous. And then you have to start making, I hate to tell you this,
Oh no,
but
don't.
you have to start, there comes a point where you have to start making choices.
Oh no.
Where it's like, so the choice that I have to make in my 40s is I can drink and go to bed early, or I can not drink and stay up late. I can't do both.
Yeah. This
Right.
is it. Yeah, you do have to make the decide. You know what I mean? You have to be like, okay, if I'm gonna,
You have to
or
become a day drinker.
I think if you're gonna keep drinking, you almost have to be like, I've got to stay up till 5 a.m. Like there has to be something where I outrun it or something
Yeah,
weird.
yeah,
but like
right.
you do
There's
have to
a
make
clock
Now
timer.
there's the over 30s clubs. A friend of mine who has a proper life in Ireland where she has like a family and a big house and whatever, a mortgage, and she went to an over 30s nightclub thing, and it starts at 6 p.m. finishes at 10 p.m. and she's like, bada bing, bada boom, good, great, yeah,
Awesome.
and I was like, that does sound great, you know, but at the same time, I don't know, I still just, I'm like, once you get the goo, I call it the goo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have when you've got the goo on you, you're like, I'll have a few more. You know, you just forget.
Because you always think, I'm never drinking again. And then
Oh,
a week later, you're like, oh, this
yeah,
feels
yeah, because
it's
life's stressful and it's burning. Like I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
the
Oh,
world's
yeah.
burning right now.
Sometimes when I do meet, I'm not pouring any judgment on sober people. But
Do you know what? They're quite judgmental of us. So I'm calling you out here.
But-
Every time you make a TikTok video, it's all like, my life's so much better. Well, you know what? Fucking my life was better last night. I had a great time last night.
but sometimes I'll look at something Trump's done and I just need a gin. And
Yeah.
I think to myself, how are my sober friends coping?
I know. You just.
Yeah, I think though you have to. Everyone has a vice. Like I will say, what's that Fran Lebowitz saying where she's like, you know, your bad habits can kill you, but your good habits won't save you. And I
Yeah.
totally believe that. Where I'm
Yeah.
like, listen, I think we're living in this weird world where everyone's like fixated on every morsel of food or alcohol or whatever drink, and then like, you know, then they start going organic, or they're like, oh, what about these pesticides? I'm like, listen, we're all dying.
Yeah, listen,
You
it's all.
can get up and do a 2 a.m. workout. Good for you if you want to. But we're all dying. So just pick a thing you like and have it sometimes.
Yeah. And listen, everything
just-
in moderation. It's fine.
And
You know?
maybe. Like, I don't know. But also,
I've
I
never
don't
been
know.
a moderation person.
Yeah,
sure.
really.
Like something in moderation.
I just sort of think it's like each to their own a bit. Like, I don't know. I just find this whole, even the whole what I eat in a day.
I hate.
I hate
Why
those
would you
videos.
fuck off with that? Eh?
Right.
Yeah, because if what I eat in a day on a Monday to what I eat in a day when I've like physically attacked a kebab on a Saturday night. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's all very different.
Yeah.
So
Yesterday when I was hungover after the wedding, I was right
Oh.
into the salt and vinegar discos.
Well,
did
yeah.
a family pack, mate.
Fucking smashed it.
I
Smashed
love a
through-
family pack.
smashed
You know
through
when
a
you go to the
family pack.
what I love is when you go to the supermarket and you've planned a sort of hangover binge.
yeah.
And you're standing there and you're like, if anyone was to see me right now, like I'm almost like hood up, like it's like I'm about to rob the place because I'm literally like, you know what I mean? Like it's just you looking
Cheap
like
noodles.
it's
Yeah.
insane.
Because you just
Yeah.
want a bit of sweet, bit of salty, bit
yeah,
of fizzy,
yeah,
a
yeah.
little.
And I'm overbuying because I don't want to be without at home.
Oh,
you know, when
you're
you
not
get
going
home-
out again.
I'm
But
not going
also-
out again. No. I'm like Gollum coming out of the little hole. I'm like, I'm doing this once.
We used to do this. We used to do this thing as teenagers, and I did it again recently while hungover. Is like, you know, is it the cocoa noodles, like the ones that you buy for like 69p?
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the packs, and they come with a little thing. So me and my best pal Emma, we used to get like 3 packs of them, put it in like a mixing bowl. And we would sit the whole afternoon, just top it up with hot water.
You're like the people with the tea. It just come from you. Says your fucking TikTok.
It's a mixing bowl, mate. Like, clean, fucking sick. 3 or 4 bags, and like literally, so like I've enough noodles that if you were doing like an all-you-can-eat buffet, that would be one of the bowls that people took from. We would sit with one of them each. And we would sit and watch we'd go to Blockbuster Video. And we would get the straight to video nasties.
Yeah.
You know, like I killed my pet and mother.
And mother.
Yeah. And they always had David from Roseanne in it, who's now the guy from, I know, Big Bang Theory, but you'll always be David from Roseanne to me. And I was just sitting eating these noodles.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Right, we have to finish up.
Oh yes.
With Hannah's headlines.
This is gorgeous.
Thank you. This is a segment of the show where I bring a news story that I've seen that's been interesting or whatever. So you might have seen this blown up everywhere over social media in the last probably 48 hours. US influencer has snatched a baby wombat, right? So I think it's a video that so there's this influencer. She went to Australia. I think actually the video's on the next slide. This is the
Wombat.
God. She proper stole it.
she stole a baby wombat from its mother,
Look at the mother. It's like,
and they're
she's
laughing.
after us.
And look at it hissing.
Where's the mother? Why is it not biting her legs off?
Okay, Mama's right there.
Yeah.
She's pissed.
Yeah.
Let's let him go.
Now you drunk.
All right. Let him go.
So, and then she gives it back. So basically,
So she didn't actually steal
back.
it.
she didn't actually steal it, but
Oh,
she picked it
thank-
up. So this has absolutely popped the fuck off in Australia. So everybody, it's like they're calling for her deportation. Like there's petitions.
But she did give it back.
She did give it back. She did give it back. But it's that people are outraged that she took, because the wombat, you know, it's very, very Australian, and it's gone viral over TikTok. Yeah. So
It was a fucking stupid thing to do.
No,
It was
listen,
like-
I just think it's like, first of all, it's like an American.
I know.
Well, and I just think, you know, for the moment, lay low.
yeah.
But keep a low profile. Okay?
She describes herself as an ecologist and a hunter. That is not
that's
a great start.
The 2 things that really go together.
I think a bit of an oxymoron there, so
Yeah.
it's not helping. And so she sort of does about being in nature and stuff, and I don't know what possessed her to pick this wombat up. And and everyone in Australia is.
what would have been better is if it clawed her fucking eyes
I know
out.
that would have been a better
I
video.
just think it's even your man being like, I actually think it's more your man being like, and then the mother's coming. And
yeah,
it's like,
the guy's like,
okay.
look at the fucking mother.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I do you know what? It's just, I do think it's one of these things that probably is a bit blown over. If I'm
Oh,
honest.
completely.
Like, but I will say, right? No one
Those
likes.
87 people like that.
So no, this isn't the original for sure.
this is, I just grabbed this off of a
Yeah,
random
yeah,
TikTok
yeah,
account
yeah.
because the video has since been taken down by her.
Unless she put it up.
She put this
And you
video
know
up.
what? And here, listen. I've I put up a video. I thought this will be gas now, and actually has been ignored, which is worse.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's worse when you think, oh, this will be cute.
And she was like, this video is going to make me look great, and she put it up, and then of course,
And also, do you think as well, weirdly, but you know what? Weirdly, you know what? We're all on our high horse here. But didn't we all ever go to a zoo?
listen,
And where do we fucking think these animals came from? It wasn't maybe one random American woman grabbing the baby. It was some lad coming in, probably shooting the parent dead in the face, then taking the baby. And we're like, coochie, coochie, coo. And then we're like, I can't believe she did this. I can't believe it.
It's the fact
You
that
know.
they're just like, she's run away with it. The mother is chasing her. And also, there's always that thing though, because I don't know if this is a thing from like the 90s, like 90s parent bullshit, but like, I always remember like my mum saying things like, oh, you don't pick up a baby bird, or you don't pick up any, like a little, anything baby that you see in
Yeah.
the wild, because then the parent will sniff you and then they'll reject it and all that sort of thing. So I'd be
Oh,
feared
wow.
Yeah.
of like getting the wee babies being rejected.
well,
and
maybe we
ending
don't know
up-
what happened to this
I
baby.
think it is like, listen, don't get me wrong. I think it's like a stupid thing she did. And I think as well, Australians are very passionate about animals.
Yeah.
Okay? Quite rightly. But I do like, I find it mad. What I more question is like, why do we need to make every moment content?
Yeah.
Like, why is that content?
It
You
must-
shouldn't see a baby animal at the side and be like, do you know what I'm going to do? Separate it from its mother. You know what I mean? For the moment.
Clearly driving, God knows
Yeah.
where in the middle of the night.
The
and
wee
it's like,
thing's heart must have been like,
yeah.
But I just think that like there's a whole thing now where it's more our way of thinking, where every moment has to be content. Like something has to be content, where it can't just be like,
Yeah.
you're driving down the road to see a baby woman. Like, that's class.
Yeah.
Keep on driving.
It's like, let's
Yeah.
make this
Yeah.
into a video. I know, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
And like pull it. Oh, yeah, it's everything
But I
has to
just
be.
think that actually, I just think a lot more people probably won't admit that they would do that.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, like, a lot more people probably actually would be like, oh my God, I want to take a video and send it maybe to my family. And like, blah, blah, blah. But she put it up online.
That's insane.
I know. And
Mad.
I don't know if it was a slow news day in Australia because like the Prime Minister got involved. Like the head of
And
whatever.
do you know what? I
got
think the Prime
involved.
Minister is eating it up, loving it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, I don't know. Also, not a nice stance that.
No, I know. It's
You'd be able to see my patch if I.
I'll be able to spot you from a mile away.
2 wombats here.
Oh, Grace, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
coming on the
much.
pod. If people are looking for you, where can they find you? Go
Yeah.
and do a plug for your Edinburgh Fringe show.
Oh my God, yeah. So you can find me on Grace Mulvey Comedy on Instagram and on the TikToks. And yeah, my show is called Did You Hear We're All Going to Die? And it's going to be on in Edinburgh. And it's going to be very funny.
Hey,
That's a Grace guarantee.
you
Lovely.
get into plug.
Just, I will be at the Fringe as well. I'm at 4:20 at Gilded Balloon Parrot House. My show is called Me. It's my debut stand-up show this year, so it should be fun. Hopefully come along. What about you?
I am at Stand 1, 5 o'clock, every day except for the 11th with Oof. And yeah, it's going to be, well, hopefully it'll be great.
Hopefully.
By the time
Brilliant.
the tickets are on sale now, so yeah, go and buy some tickets because pre-sales would make my life a lot easier, and then I don't have to
Yes.
fear. Also, please remember to go and give the pod a little 5-star review.
Yes.
Give us a listen wherever you listen to your pods. Give it a 5-star review.
You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Do all that like and subscribe nonsense.
please
Grace,
do.
thank you again
Thank
so
you so
much for
much,
sharing
Grace.
your joy, and see you guys next time. Bye.